I feel like you either for what happens and not too much to do like every time. General reason or the situation for which it's to be delivered.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Share my screen and then we'll give everybody a few minutes to get on. And I see, hi, Yesenia. better, Miss Sonia?
I'm sorry, what did you say? It was going in and I was having a hard
Is it-
time getting in here.
I'm sorry. Sometimes my Teams acts funny with my headset. Are you feeling better?
Yes, I'm feeling so much better. And I'm so happy to be like just alive and a person and back into the world. So can you guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Hey, Maisha.
Hi, I just realized I was on mute.
Oh.
Trying to change the settings on this computer because I see everything on the same screen.
Y'all see my PowerPoint, by the way? No.
I see it.
You can't, okay. Aisha, I'm gonna send the PowerPoint to you and maybe it will. Can y'all still see it? The PowerPoint?
I'm not able to see it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Hey everyone.
Hi.
Hi, who's that? Tati?
Catchy.
How are you?
How are you? I saw you last week at the DWC conference. You were awesome.
Oh, thank you. That was
Okay,
fun.
what is going on?
Okay, I think it's still downloading. We can go. It's 101.
I can see now.
You okay? Is it working? Okay. It feels like a Monday. Welcome. We'll go ahead and get started. I see somebody already hit record, so we are recording this meeting.
What is going
Um,
on?
I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Of the year, December. I see Maisha from the planning team. Does anyone? I know Atasha is in her car listening in, but wanted to see if anybody. Laura.
Yes, I'm here, Anna.
Hey, Atasha.
Natasha. Yeah.
Okay. What's
I just be the two of us, Maisha.
Oh, and I'm trying to figure out my computer. I can't find my Teams again. Oh,
Okay, well, we will just go ahead and start with the icebreaker. So, everyone, if you would put who you are, who you work with, and what's your favorite holiday movie. If you want to come unmiked and share your movie, or put it in the chat. See what everybody
Okay.
say.
we supposed to type it?
Yeah, you can type it or say it.
Well, I'll say because this is Cheryl Guido. I apologize ahead of time. My camera, I left it at home and I'm at the office, so I have to open up my laptop and it messes up the other two monitors. So I can't have my camera. So I'm so sorry, but I see everybody. This is my first time in this group. What is my favorite holiday? Oh, and I'm from the VR program. I'm the manager of the central unit. What is your favorite holiday movie? We always watch Polar Express the night before Christmas because that's my son's favorite movie, and he was in the play when he was little, so it's been a tradition for us to do that every year starting 2007. Polar, I can tell you exactly, everything about the Polar Express.
That's a lot of watching the same movie, but I guess we do that every year. We all have favorites. I see Linda, the Polar Express is one of her favorites also. We have anybody else want to come on mic and share?
I can. Maisha Lyons, contract manager at the Workforce Board, and I like The Christmas Story.
Story, we have Home Alone. This
It's
Christmas.
Natasha with Family Roots, and I have several Christmas movies that I like, but Elf is just my all-time favorite. Just a great laugh. I never get tired of laughing at Will Ferrell. So Elf is my favorite.
I agree. That's my favorite too. Looks like Catalina, that's your favorite also.
Yes.
Best Man Holiday. I don't think I've heard of that. So we might have a good little Christmas movie list for everybody. The Wonderful Life, the classic. Christmas Story, Home Alone. The Preacher's Wife. I'll Be Home for Christmas. The Grinch. Polar Express. Home Alone. Oh, so we all have similar tastes, it looks like. White Christmas looks like one. Oh,
Hey,
Omar was.
this is Omar at the Coalition. I love watching The Godfather for Christmas. I don't know how it became a Christmas tradition. They say it's like a Christmas movie for some reason. Maybe it came out during Christmas when it first came out. I don't know, but I watch it every year.
Right. Jingle Jangle. Lampoons. Okay. Bad Santa. That's funny. All right, awesome.
I'm watching and taking notes on which ones I need to watch now.
Always good feedback and ideas. That looks like it's it. Did we miss any of them, Maisha? Are you with us still?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Somebody agreed. Somebody said The Christmas Story too. Yay.
We should have done a tally because maybe we can go back in the notes for the recap. Okay, well, looks like that's all for the chat. So we will go ahead and move on. Charles Dickens. And introduce you to our guest speaker today, who has lived experience, Miss Yesenia Anaya. I think I pronounced it correctly. I first saw Yesenia, so she's kind of like a movie star. She's a big deal we have here today. She's a part of Road Trip Nation. And I don't know if anybody has heard of that in the group. We'll share a link to it. But I heard her speak, and I'll let her kind of talk more about her experience with that and at going through foster youth. But she is one of the best speakers I think I've ever really met. Like to be so young and well spoken and really share your story and your passion. She agreed to talk with our group and be a part of this collaborative. So we were super grateful. Thank you, Yesenia. We'll give you the floor to share your story.
Well, thank you for that introduction. That was beautiful. And I have my picture up here. I don't know what I was doing in that picture, but you know, it's fine. Hi, everybody. Yes, my name is Yesenia. I am originally from Michigan, and not like lower peninsula of Michigan, like the Michigan all the way up by Canada, over the bridge connected to Wisconsin, the very, very cold area. So I'm so glad to be here in the heat. Right now it's kind of cold, but the heat. I spent about 3 years in the Michigan foster care system, and I have experience and background with kinship care, and then also being reunified with my family, and the reality of going back into a family who's not yet ready to, I guess, be reunified. And so a lot of complications come with that. I grew up very, very early. I am very passionate about foster care advocacy and advocating for mental health. I'm a 2018 Foster Club All-Star, and a former Foster Club program coach. Foster Club is an organization, a network built for youth by youth that have been former foster youth. And I have been connected with them since 2018, and I do a lot of foster care advocacy through them. I get to speak on panels. I have been a 4-H leader for a camp called Camp To Belong, that basically what they do is siblings who have been separated in the foster care system get to come together for a week and spend a whole entire week in they get their own cabin, they get to have birthday parties. So I got to be a part of that. I have been to multiple conferences. I have gotten to work with former foster youths to help them build their public speaking abilities and be able to advocate for others and policy change and work. I have done a lot and I've enjoyed all of it. So I'm always looking for ways to expand and use my voice, because when you're in the foster care system, as you know, you get kind of silenced. And so now that I have the ability to speak up, I want to speak and teach others how to use the power of storytelling to heal and to make change in this world. So that's a little bit about me. I don't know if you guys want to allow questions or how you would like to proceed, but I'm here and I'm an open book and ready to answer anything that you'd like. Yeah, you can have my contact information. I can drop that. I'll drop my contact information in the chat after this, and anybody that would like to reach out to me or has other questions as well, if you don't feel comfortable asking them on here, I am open.
I have a question. And for those on the call that don't know about Road Trip Nation, so can you kind of say how you got involved with that or selected to be a part of that, and kind of share that with the group?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. So Road Trip Nation, I actually was connected to the application through a resource that was given to me through Strata Education. I had a contact that I'd reach out to from time to time if I needed any kind of resources, financially, educational wise. And she had just so happened to send me a link to it. And to be honest, I actually almost didn't open it. I just got a link and I just kind of dismissed it. And one day I had came across the link again, but this time it was showing a big green RV. And I was like, oh, a green RV, what is, sorry, I got kicked out of here. I was like, oh, a green RV, what is this? I opened up the link. And basically, Road Trip Nation is a docu-series on PBS that Workforce Solutions partnered with to make possible. So thanks to y'all. I was able to go on this experience. There in the docu-series, they do focus on a couple different subjects. The one that I was selected for was a career explorative documentary that we were able to go and travel all around Texas and basically interview different leaders and planet shakers all over the state. So this could be in, we were able to speak to some authors, artists, business. We actually even got to go to a crypto mine. It's like one of the biggest in the country. We were able to speak to a producer, a singer, just all these different people, even somebody who had like a farm, some farmers. Just getting a chance to speak to all of these leaders and hear what their journeys were, the good and the bad, because a lot of the times when we hear from big names or from leaders, it's often filtered through like PR. And so this was an opportunity for us to like sit down and hear the nitty gritty. I want to hear how many times you failed, how many times you changed your route. Like I want to normalize the fact that when you're in your 20s or like when you're just trying to figure out what you're doing, it's okay to fail. It's okay to fumble. And just the realities that we're all on our own journey and there's so many career opportunities out there for us and so many different routes to get to that. And so, yeah, that's what Wide Open Range is about. It's an amazing documentary. I highly recommend checking it out. Well, I can definitely drop that link as well. And does anybody have any questions about it or about my time, I guess, on this road trip?
I saw the documentary. It was very good. But I don't think I remember. How long were you guys on the RV?
So we were on the RV for about 3 weeks. It was a cool experience for most of us. It was the first time ever being in an RV for that long, especially with people we had actually never met before. So I got to meet the road trippers about a week before the actual road trip. And so we had gone to California. We met for, I believe it was like a day, like a night or two. And we all clicked pretty cool, like Keelan, Chandler, Anthony, amazing people. And then we all, like the first day of the first day of filming, that was like our first night in the RV. So it was us 4 road trippers plus it was like 3 or 4 camera people, and we all stayed in this RV for like 3 weeks. It was definitely an experience. Has anybody ever stayed in an RV before, especially for like a long period of time?
Not that
No.
many weeks. I think
Hey,
3-4 days.
Yeah. I know Chandler, she's actually Miss Texas. You guys might have seen her before around. But she was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, like whatever. But I think it really helped that we got along so well. It was definitely, when you're in such like close quarters like that, it was and what we were doing too, right? Like we were going every single day having these like in-depth, deep conversations and also coming back and like reflecting on it. So we were talking about how we're feeling emotionally, what our skills are, like what does our future look like. We're like doubting ourselves and then picking each other up and doing, I can't tell you, I cried so much during this trip. But yeah, it definitely helped that we got along, because living in close quarters like that, it was like that was an experience on top of the experience that we were already in. So yeah. Robert, do you have a question? I saw the thing light up.
Does anybody have a question for Yesenia?
If anybody is interested in finding out more about Road Trip Nation, they do different states, and they do different, like I said, topics. They have ones for like single moms who are trying to find their place with careers and how to get started. They have topics of people who are like in certain industries. So like if you're interested in the tech industry or you're interested in the educational system, you can also watch those. But if you go to roadtripnation.com, you can also see which ones are coming up. You can watch past documentaries as well, and they're great. And it just kind of like, they also have on YouTube all kinds of resources. So if you're at the age where you're starting to think about maybe school or maybe just joining the workforce right away, it's something to definitely get your foot in the door. They have tips on like resumes or videos on if you're kind of, unsure of where you would like to focus your energy on, or you're kind of unsure of what route you want to take. You can go on there and it kind of gives you some pointers and tips on where to start or start looking into yourself. I highly recommend checking them out, and you can also apply on their website if they have some opportunities come up. The application process is pretty simple. The first one is you fill out the application. It's going to ask you about your background, if you've had time in foster care, or if you have anything that like sets you apart. It kind of gives you an opportunity to reflect on your life, and you talk about that. If you get through that round, they're going to ask for a 10-minute video, unedited, straight through, answering questions about yourself. So basically, it's a video of you talking about your life for 10 minutes straight, and it's a lot harder than you would think. I thought it was going to be. I said 10 minutes, that is not enough time to talk about my life. But you do that, and then if you get through that round, you have a 45-minute like kind of like a Zoom call where you get interviewed. And then if you get through that round, the fourth round is basically them asking like, hey, do you want to go on the trip with us after you pass like background checks, all those things. So it's a pretty laid back like application process, especially for like a documentary series or like, the film industry. I definitely like would not, I would never trade it for the world. That was a great experience. Another thing too, if you want to get some more information about maybe Foster Club holds is an internship that happens every summer. What happened? It's something that happens every summer, and they will actually fly you out to Oregon, so Seaside, Oregon, and you have, they'll basically, the internship is, so it's all exclusive, it's all paid for. You get a chance to go experience living on the beach in Oregon, and then you go to the office every day. You'll get to learn skills on how to advocate for foster youth. You'll have different opportunities like the ones I mentioned earlier to speak on panels and conferences. It is a paid internship as well, and they do house you. So that's something to keep in mind. It also looks great on a resume. And you get to meet other foster youth from all over the country that are also just interested in telling their story, and they're all from different backgrounds. But I will tell you that the biggest thing that we found was, because you'll all be living together, which is wild. When I went, it was 16 of us all in one house, and it was definitely an experience that I will remember for the rest of my life. But even though we all had different walks of life, we all had different backgrounds and stories, we all felt just like very connected. And it was so nice to just be in an environment where you didn't have to act like everything was okay, and people understood that you had things that happened in your past, and that you that we're not perfect. And it was just like it's those moments are very rare where you get to be surrounded by people who are all like trauma bonded. And that's what we would call it, the trauma bond. And it was just a really powerful thing to be able to work through that trauma together, and then learn how to use it as a superpower to to help others heal and help others fix some things in the system, and just compare and see how everyone's journey through the foster care system differentiated or were similar. So you can also check them out at fosterclub.com.
That's what I was just going to ask is when you're talking to the other individuals that are at the foster club, are you hearing like similar barriers, that y'all experienced, or do you hear, maybe they're doing it better in this state or this area?
It really varies. I will say, I think where you see the system is very broken, if you want to say, everywhere. Anytime you hear a lot of different similarities throughout everyone. A lot of people have the same frustrations, but the cool part about doing something like Foster Club is that you also learn the reality of the conditions that social workers have to work in, how much of a caseload they have, and then you start thinking about, okay, so a lot of similarities of our stories were that we just didn't feel supported by our social workers. We felt very alone and out of touch. And so we started talking about, okay, what could we basically do to help reach out to social workers and see about their caseload and see about what things could be done to check in with these social workers, because if they're burnt out and then they're neglecting some of these cases, and that's where it's coming from, that's where that feeling of being neglected or not spoken to is coming from. How can we change? What policy systems need to change to protect social workers from getting burnt out? So you look at those micro things instead of looking at this, okay, the foster care system, how do we change it right now? Well, we have to work at this level to get to the bigger picture. So that's something that's super helpful. I will say the cool part about it too is you can actually go on their website, and this is something that the interns do as All Stars. We actually go and we pick a state, especially, or usually it's the state that we're coming from, and we go through, find all of the resources available to foster youth in that area. Sometimes it's by county, sometimes it's by the state in whole. It depends. In California is such a big state that your resources and contacts would vary by county, or districts. And so they'll take that, and you can look up your state. So Texas is one of them. Obviously, you can look up Texas, see all of your rights as a foster youth, all of the resources available for you after maybe you've aged out, or maybe before the age of 26, like health insurance. If you need a CASA worker, if you need a transition, what is it called? If you're transitioning out of the foster care system and you need somebody to help you, connect you to resources like that, we work to find all of those. And if we can't find that, we work to find out how we can put that in place and what policy changes need to happen to bring attention to that lacking resource in the area. So does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And so I wonder, is anybody from Case Center or DFPS, have y'all heard of Foster Club?
Hey Anna, this is Vanessa from the PAL program. Yes, we have heard about Foster Club. We've actually had a youth a few years ago that she was part of the internship program, so she got to experience that. And then she came back, and was able to share that with the different panels that she participated after that. So yes, we get the information yearly about the internships, and we share it with the youth that we work with.
Love that.
We do have a question. It looks like, what would you say was the first life-changing positive turning point for you in or out of foster system?
I would probably say a turning point would be just learning about boundaries. in the last maybe 2 years, I have really learned that boundaries are important. I've always kind of been the caregiver in my family, and just trying to take care of my parents and my siblings and trying to make sure that they're all okay, even though I could be drowning. And so I've always just kind of felt like that's my place because it's been my place my whole life. But around COVID, I found myself in a situation. So around like January to like May 2020, I just kind of found myself in a situation where I had to take a moment to look around at my life. And I had custody of my brother who had just graduated in 2020. And so he was now 18. But I also had allowed my parent to kind of just move into my house. And she moved in other people, and it started to become this like toxic environment. And then I also was just like, I don't know, I was allowing all these adults to be in my life that had failed me so many times. And here I was giving everything that I had when I had nothing to give. And so eventually I had to look around and just think like, hey, this is not the life that I want for myself. And it's very important to understand that like, in order for me to grow and in order for me to take charge of my life and what my future is going to look like, and also to set an example for my brother that is younger than me, I have to make a change. So I had to set some boundaries and let everyone know that like, can't live with me. I literally had like packed up all of my things, left my house and everything behind me, and I just kind of went on a journey and drove away. And for a solid 2 years, I maintained just like, what does Yesenia want? What do I need to do to grow? That journey led me to Michigan, to Iowa, to all over the place. I was like traveling and working, doing odd jobs. And then I finally found myself a spot here in Texas. I will say and be very transparent with you, I'm still and I will always be working on boundaries because it's really difficult when you love your parent, even though they have, I always say like my mom is like my toxic best friend because I love her very much, but there are times where I have to learn that I have to set a boundary, and that's the hardest thing to do when it's your mom or it's your parent or it's somebody who you got to do that with. So I said that for 2 years I stuck still, but right now I'm in a situation where I have to potentially kick my mom out of my space again, and so it's been very difficult. But I will say it's a positive life-changing point or a life-changing positive turning point in my life, especially as an adult after the foster care system, because I've been through this before. I can get through it again. And I do feel myself being a lot more stronger in focusing on what I need to do and what I need to get done. So I'm back in school. I'm working. I have a great job. I'm just like finding opportunities to keep on growing and find community to help me learn how to set those boundaries and keep them in place. So yeah. Yeah, thank you for asking.
Was
Thank
from
you.
Tiffany, who also is saying very impactful. Thank you for sharing. You were awesome, very empowering. So that sending you tons of love from Linda and strength. We believe in you. Are able to get through a lot, Yesenia, and come out still smiling.
Thank you.
We have some more. You are awesome from Maryland. So proud of you. As adults have problem setting boundaries, and you can teach us all a lot about that today. So that is true. Thank you for sharing. Keep up the amazing work. From Bernice Morris, and I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. And then we had thank you for being open and honest and very informative. So thank you again.
Thank you for listening.
Yes. All right. So any more questions or comments? If you want to come unmiked, feel free to. Natasha says thank you for sharing.
yeah, please ask questions, please engage. If you don't have any right now, I did drop my email in the comments and I will check that. I check it pretty frequently, so I will for sure get your email if you reach out to me, and I would love to answer any questions or point you into any directions. I do have some connections and know of some resources all around this country, so I'll do my best to get you connected if you do need something like that. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening and having me today.
Well, and I will share your information too in the recap. So in case, so you don't have to go back and scroll through the chat. So with the recap, I'll send her information. I'll also send the links to Road Trip Nation. There's a preview and then also the full movie, which is amazing. So everybody should definitely check that out. All right, and we're gonna go into our Jeopardy game. So this is you have to think with an open mind for this Jeopardy game, but it's to share all of the resources and presenters that we've had throughout the year. So if Maisha and anybody can kind of call out, but I'm going to share my screen with the actual Jeopardy board. And we're all either on the same team or all on opposing teams. But if you want to raise your hand when you're ready, or if you want to play, please do so. And so Maisha, you're going to be looking for, I can't see the team screen anymore. So if you'll control or call out who wants to be our first contestant at the Year in Review Jeopardy game. So our categories are housing, colleges, numbers, community, and more is kind of a little bit of everything. So those are our topics. Who would like to go first? Nervous.
Ricardo says housing for 1,000.
All right, housing for 1,000. The answer is Fort Bend Family Promise. Guesses?
I did the music. Dun, dun,
I know.
dun, dun.
Is it open to anyone?
Sure.
Who is a nonprofit located in Fort Bend County that partners with local churches for short-term temporary housing for families experiencing homelessness or housing insecurity?
Yeah, we need a winning bell also.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Next year we'll have the we have better time. Yes, very good. Who was that? Who's our big winner for the first question?
Shannon Stavanoa. I'm with Parks Youth Ranch. I apologize, I came on late. So I just was listening and sending the road trip resource to my staff.
Awesome.
Oh, y'all need to look at this link for our transitional living program. So
okay, well done.
Thank you.
You can give yourself a pat on the back. That's the prize for today. And we'll go on to our next one.
Okay, I have. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's an answer. Okay, go ahead, Anna. I think someone was trying to provide an answer for that last question.
Oh, okay. Well, what do we want to pick next?
Let's just, colleges for 200.
Colleges for 200. LSC Navigators is the answer. That means Lone Star College Navigators.
So who is Lone Star College? Is that the answer?
Close. That's the answer. So Jeopardy is the answer is given, and then the question is, or the answer is, who can assist students with their application and college journey? So our college navigators are the ones that are the connection for any foster youth. And then each of these, I'll share these out too, is just kind of like a cheat sheet for the different resources we've had this year. But Annabelle Hernandez is who is the liaison for Lone Star that's a part of the collaborative. So good job.
Thank you, Annabelle. Annabelle's the one who answered the question.
Hey, Annabelle.
Hi, it was actually somebody else
Oh, was it?
before me. Yeah, there was somebody else. I was trying to figure out who it was that did it before.
It was
Anjanette.
me,
Anjanette
Anjanette
Item.
Item
Yes,
Oh,
with
okay.
it was her.
Ignorant
She did it
Stories.
before me.
I think I saw Annabelle's answer in the chat. And so that's why I thought that she answered first. Thank you.
And Annabelle and Lone
everyone who
Star,
answered.
they're the ones that provided all the backpacks for our conference. So we are super happy to have Lone Star College a part.
Absolutely.
Where should we go next?
How about community for 600?
600.
Okay. The answer is Hatch Youth. All guesses are great too. So guesses?
That one's not ringing a bell for some reason. Sorry.
Okay, so I have, says I know LGBTQIA, but I'm not sure in what capacity.
Oh,
Yes.
I forgot the T. Sorry, T's.
Oh, T, sorry.
I forgot the T.
Yes, all right. Awesome. That's the right answer, basically. So what is Houston's oldest currently active social group dedicated to empowering LGBTQIA plus youth between the ages of 7 and 20? And this is at the Montrose Center. And Laura Cantor was our presenter and connection there. So who got that right?
I'm gonna just spell the first time. I don't want to say it wrong. IDOM.
Yeah, that's Anjanette Item. I'm with 8
Okay.
Million Stories.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. 3 for 3.
Well, we have kind of have a tie because ALIA, they both of their answers came in at the same time. And then is it Alia?
Alia, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And she answered and said, who is Montrose Center Social Group. So their answers both came in at the same time.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys for playing. And where shall we go next?
Let's do more for 600. Oh.
Okay. The answer is Mobile Houston, Empower Families, Transform Generations. So
Mobile Houston.
this one's kind of a hard one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what are the 3 strategies of the Riverside Project. So, as a reminder, the Riverside Project is a collaborative network of agencies, congregations, nonprofits, school districts, and passionate individuals working together to transform the foster care system in Houston. So if y'all are unaware of it, it is a collaborative, very similar to what this is, but they are very data driven. So Amber, who's the executive director, they kind of break it down by zip code and kind of coordinate services or resources and those zip codes specific to the youth in those areas. And it's all, she has a lot of great data. If you haven't heard of it, you should definitely check it out and see if you serve those areas and get involved. If you need a connection, you can let me know. Next. Or should we go next?
Well, let's do more for 400 because that came in after I said 600.
Faith-based and community engagement is the answer. If you guys want to come unmiked instead of putting it in the chat, that's, feel free to do so.
Yes.
Is that what is the Office of Faith-Based and Community Engagement in Department of Family and Protective Services?
Yes. You should definitely get a prize. You know all of these. Wonderful. What division of DFPS engages faith-based community partners and individuals to assist vulnerable children, adults, and families? And the person involved with this collaborative is Alyssa Elliott Wilson, and this is her email information. I'm not sure if is she on the call, Alyssa? But we have a flyer to share that's going to be on the.
I don't know if she's here, but she's my supervisor, and I'm here. My name is Chimezi with Faith-Based and Community Engagement too.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Thank you.
So this is a division I think that some people are unaware of that's at DFPS. So just want to make sure that to help share this information.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, good job. On to the next.
Let's do numbers 400 or 400.
Answer is 25. A lot of funny guesses.
25.
Any guesses?
Is that how many school districts attend our meetings?
I'm actually trying to remember what. Okay, is that our final guess? How many school districts? Oh, what birth date must a foster youth activate their college tuition and waiver fee? Their 25th birthday.
All right, that's a good question.
So I apologize for some of these answers. But it is all good information. So how about where should we go next?
I don't have any ones in the chat.
Let's go colleges 400.
There we go.
All right. Answer is forward thinking.
These are kind of tough.
Somebody else might need to be in charge of the game. There's no answers. That means we're all learning something too.
So wait, let's see. Someone says Sam Houston's Foster Service. Who is Sam Houston's Foster Service Program?
Yes,
All right, Madison, thank you.
Good job, Madison. What is the Sam Houston State University program that empowers former foster youth? Is called Forward Thinking. This is their phone number if anybody needs to be connected. All right, awesome. So next, do we have a direction?
Someone said numbers for 600.
14.5.
What is an age that you automatically get assigned to a PAL worker under DFPS?
No, but it is. You're close. I mean, it's an age, so it's an average age. The average age of a youth who has dual system involvement in Harris County. So this information is from the Collective Action for Youth, who is one of our presenters. So in Harris County, dual status youth or dually youth are 10 to 17 years old who find themselves in both the child protective and juvenile justice system. The 14.5 is the average age. Is anybody from the A4Y here?
Yes, hi. Good afternoon. My name is Tiffany Echeverria, and I'm with Collective Action for Youth. I'm currently the executive director.
Sure. There's a lot of data on y'all's website too, so really great information. And if you want to share any events or anything coming up, feel free to do so.
Thank you. First, I must say this Jeopardy game is so cool. Kudos to how you crafted this. What I can share right now is we're actually hiring. So if you have any young people that are looking for full-time employment, doing youth organizing work, definitely send them my way. They can send an email to info@ca4y.org and I'll write it in the chat. And yeah, that's what I'll share. And then at the top of the year, we'll have some community events. We'll have a job fair for young people who live in 5th and 3rd Ward. And yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Okay. And yeah, you'll put in there and then I can share it out too with the recap also. So wonderful. On to the next.
Okay, let's do housing for 800.
All right. Covenant House, Texas.
Oh.
Thanks. Guesses?
A shelter hub for youth to go to.
Yes, Omar, you get that correct. What organization is a faith-based organization committed to giving homeless youth a safe haven, absolute respect, unconditional love, and a path to lasting independence? Our executive director is Leslie Bourne, and she presented earlier in the year. Is anybody from Covenant House here? They are a great partner of the collaborative. And if you need to contact, again, we'll share this out at the end of or during the recap. All right,
Hello?
awesome.
Hello? Is this appropriate time for me to just elaborate on that real quick?
Sure.
I'm a new member here, so I just wanted to do a quick introduction. I typed in the chat sunriselofts.com. It's a brand new housing 89 unit apartment complex built by Camden Builders, Tejano Center. That's free for those who've aged out of foster care 18 to 25. Complete wraparound services, brand new Class A construction. We open first quarter of next year. So if you have anybody who needs housing, sunriselofts.com, they can sign up and get on the list. Thanks.
Awesome, thank you. And how many? What's the? You said the capacity is how many?
89 units. Yeah.
Oh.
They're all efficiency, so they're completely furnished. Fridge, dishwasher. You know, we have a pantry downstairs. We will have pantry. So I mean, complete wraparound services on the first floor, then 3 levels of housing.
You said sunriselofts.com,
That's right.
and you can go on their website and it will give you the information as far as the qualifications.
Yes, ma'am. All the qualifications are just aging out or homeless, 18 to 25. It's a project-based voucher, so as soon as they walk in the door, they're covered through the Choice Voucher Program because the property is covered
Okay,
through the
thank
Houston Housing Authority. Yeah.
Can you drop that link in the chat because I saw it at the beginning and people have been asking questions and things of that nature. So
Yeah, when they go on the site, there's information you fill out. It says application, but you click on it, and it'll go to my email. And I'm starting an Excel spreadsheet, first come first serve. We won't be able to do applications because the choice vouchers are only good for 90 days. So 90 days prior to opening, I'll send another email out to that list and have them apply. And whoever applies first, they got it.
Did you say it's optional, aged out of foster care or homeless?
Yeah, it's primarily those who age out of foster care, 18 to 25. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
We're trying to get them before they're homeless, obviously. But we'll be working with the coalition also to bring in some other folks.
Thank you, Ricardo. And yeah, I can share whatever information you're sharing in the chat. I'll make sure to include it in the ECAP.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to introduce myself.
No, that's perfect. Right there. Yeah.
So I'd love to open with a full, with it being full. So
absolutely.
Thanks for the time.
Very cool. All right. Where should we go next? Okay, let's go to numbers 800. The answer is 3.268. Yes. Maisha, are you still there?
Yes, I'm sorry. My laptop battery went dead. Okay. Let's see. Did we do colleges for 600?
Well, we just picked numbers for 800 and the answer is 3.268. I don't know if anybody guessed.
I don't see anything. Oh, wait, someone said, what is the number of youth who graduated with college degrees?
Oh, that is a really good guess, but that is not the answer we're looking for. So 3.268 is how many acres the new Hay Center campus will be.
Oh, okay. The next guess was who is national graduation rate. So that was the second guess to that.
Okay, those are both good guesses. So that's really cool about Ricardo opening the Sunrise Lofts, and then also Hay Center is opening a campus. I think this one's not scheduled. I don't know if anybody from Hay Center is on or has any information that they want to share. But I believe this one's scheduled to open at the end of next year or early 2024.
What's funny is both of our developments are like 2 blocks away from one another, so we'll be real close. Ours is on McKinney, 3103 McKinney, so and theirs is very close to ours. So
cool. I have 2 different places next week. Very good. Okay, and where should we go next?
So did we do colleges for 600?
No. So the answer is Alvin Community College.
Hi.
Hi, Lily.
Yeah, I'm from Alvin Community College.
And what is Alvin Community College the answer to? What is it?
I don't know. What do we put? That we have a foster care person, and that's me.
For some reason, your information is just showing on here, so I'll make sure to add it. But yes, if you want to introduce yourself, Lily. Again.
Hi, my name's Lily Gu. I'm a college counselor at Alvin Community College and also the foster care liaison officer for the college, as well as the homeless liaison. So thanks, Anna. I'm learning a lot.
You're welcome. Thank you. And Lily was one of our workshop speakers at the conference too, so we appreciate all of her expertise and sharing with IB.
Yes, it was awesome. Thank you.
All right, where should we go next? So college is 800. And the answer is foster care liaison.
Isn't it the same thing? Alvin Community College?
They all have like little technical like words are different, but I wanted to include all of so this is for San Jacinto, but it's very close. So this is foster care. The liaisons for San Jacinto are Kimberly and Dora, who are part of this. Is anybody from San Jac here? All right, and where should we go next?
And the next one was communities for 1,000.
The answer is 30. S's.
I have someone says, well, I'm thinking, is this a question to the answer? It says, who do you reach out? Who do you reach out to in school districts to advocate for foster kids? So I'm not for sure, Jennifer, is that a question to the group or are you answering the Jeopardy question?
No, that was the one before. I was super late. Whenever I hit the button, y'all were already like done. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we don't have an answer for that, Anna. So what's the answer?
So 30 is, what is the percentage of male foster care alumni incarcerated by the age of 19? Was information from Angel Reach. I'm not sure if anybody from Angel Reach is here today, but wanted to share their information. They're up in Montgomery County. Good data. Janelle Savage is the one who spoke at one of our meetings, and her contact information is on there. So. All right, next we're about a little over halfway through. We need to do like lightning rounds. It's already after 2.
We don't have anyone let's finish off 1,000 colleges for 1,000.
Foster Youth Academy is the answer. Any guesses?
Someone says, who is UH? U of H, I'm sorry, I believe.
Very close, but it's an HCC program.
Oh, someone next said who was foster care office at HCC.
Oh, all right, very good. So
Maria.
You got it. Good job, Maria. Yeah, so you can find out about this program through the Adult Education and Literacy Program. Academies allow students to attend college without a TSI test and earn a level 1 certificate. So I'm not sure if anybody from HCC is here.
I am. I answered the question.
Great
Hi,
job, Maria.
everyone. I just want to introduce myself to the group really quickly. My name is Maria Valadares, but I'm also known as Gabby. I work for HCC, and although I'm not directly under the foster care youth academy, I do a lot of work with the Hay Center and other foster care providers, as well as in the FPS. So if you guys ever need me to come out and conduct a presentation and talk to your young people about our educational opportunities, we like to advocate for the different avenues for education, not necessarily just the traditional roles, but other ones that are not often talked about. So please feel free to keep me in mind and reach out to me. I will put my name in the chat box and my contact information. I also talk about our apprenticeships, which are something that's really growing within our college. So it's a wonderful opportunity for young people to explore. So I just wanted to give a brief introduction. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Gabby. And yeah, I'll include that in the recap too, all of your information. Okay. Where should we go next?
Let's
Okay,
do more for 200.
Free ETS is the answer. Any guesses? Anyone from VR on the phone? And I know there's a training today, so Janine couldn't be with us, but so pre-employment transition services, those are services available through vocational rehabilitation for students ages 14 to 22 with a documented disability. This includes career awareness, vocational adjustment training, as well as internships. So Janine is our contact, and she's also part of the planning committee. If you have any questions, you can contact her. All right, next. I'll just start going down.
Yeah, let's do housing for 200. Just start going down the row.
The answer is Goodwill. Guesses?
No guesses.
So Goodwill, what organization offers Connect for Housing? That's their housing project. They serve Harris, Montgomery, Galveston, Fort Bend, and Brazoria. It's a contact number. Goodwill for Housing. Journey Home Houston is the answer. Housing for 400. Any guesses? This is the organization that supports young ladies who have aged out of foster care system. Christine Nunez is the director of operations, and she spoke with us along with one of their clients who live in their house there. The Way Home, coordinated access. Any guesses? What is the centralized or collaborative process designed to coordinate participant intake, assessments, and referrals to housing and/or income? And this is through the Coalition of the Homeless.
Oh, thank you. Maria, put that answer too. Oh, well, I believe that's part of her answer along with her contact information. Or what? No, I take that back. Maria answered, what is Coalition for the Homeless?
Okay, yes. That counts.
Yes.
All right. Numbers for 200, 1892 is the answer.
1992.
Is the year Depulsion was founded. Had Aaron Weed come and speak and hear about their residential treatment program. And that is their contact information. Okay. For 1,000, answer is 2019. Guesses?
Is that when we started this collaborative?
Yes. Very good. Okay, Community 200, Family Roots for Life is the answer. So it's an organization who reunites, reconnects, and restores children, youth, and families through the provision of social, emotional, and behavioral health services to ensure child and family well-being. And that is Miss Atasha Kelly Harris, who is a big part of our planning committee, and have all of her contact information on here as well. 400, Life Enhancement Services is the answer. Is who is a provider of therapeutic counseling services for children, adolescents, and adults. And so that's Mr. Tyrell Green, who is a part of our collaborative, and he's presented as well. There 117 is the answer. Guesses. Provides a comforting home where children can have a safe and loving place to stay while waiting on placement. They have 2 locations, one Montgomery, Walker County, and then down in Brazoria County.
Thank you.
And the answer is find a job, keep a job, get a better job.
That's Workforce Solutions motto.
It's Workforce Solutions. Yes. Good job.
Somebody put someone's motto.
I did.
We'll take that. That's great. This is all of us at the board who are part of the collaborative, and then of course all of our offices are the main point of contact for anyone out there. Okay, our last one. Prince is the answer.
He was our keynote speaker at our foster youth conference.
Yes, Prince, and now he is going on to speak at other fairs. He'll be at Galena Park ISD. So that's kind of cool. That concludes our Jeopardy game.
That was really fun.
Hopefully that was informational for everyone.
It was very helpful. I think it was very informative, very educational, and it helped to just reiterate who was who. So I loved it. Thank you for creating that, Anna.
Absolutely, and I'll share that out. So if y'all want to have all that contact information, and then feel free to use it for any other groups that y'all are with. So again, thank you everybody who's a part of this. Maisha, Atasha, Omar helps plan a lot of these as well. So I want to say thank you to all of our planning team. And then Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas. Maisha, Tasha, anybody else want to say anything?
I will. It's a top. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to just say thank you everyone for their participation. Since 2019, all the people that started with us and that's continuing through. And we have exciting things that's going to be happening for 2023. So just look forward to continuing our collaboration to help our foster youth in our area. Thank you.
Thank you, Maisha. Atasha with Family Roots. Yes, I'd like to echo what Maisha said. It's just been a pleasure. I just joined the group earlier this year, but have really enjoyed getting to know everyone, particularly the planning committee. We had a great time planning the conference this year, and I think we did very well with the teamwork that was provided. But I just appreciate everybody being part of this collaborative group. I think it's something that is very necessary, and I'm happy to be a part of it and looking forward to 2023 and all that we'll accomplish together. Happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah. All right. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. We'll see you January 9th.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Take care.